we are happy that we have independence. It's always an excuse though for Zims to just have fun, to drink alcohol. I think Zimbabweans always like look for an excuse to drink alcohol and have fun.
But that actually makes him big because bad publicity is also good publicity.
I mean, but now look, when he goes for shows, people are throwing cans at him. I saw a picture of some other concert where there were no people. At this point,
it's not their opinion.
Yeah, and he knows that there's like hate where people just don't like you, and then there's a point where it's like you're overdoing it and people now genuinely, I think that's the point, is it now? It's just like, what was the purpose of it? Like, what was even the point? Those women came back now calling themselves astronauts. All the other ones were not astronauts.
People also claiming that Uncle Waffles has done so much for that guy. There was this performance that they did in the UK and she invited PC there. She's doing things they call it the culture, for the culture,
For me, this is why I'm not even talking about PC anymore, because I think PC is not a disgruntled victim in this, because he's big. I think he's big enough. If PC was talking about Uncle Waffles, I would want to hear him out. It's because of this other guy that I don't even know his name today.
But it was a big part of the song.
I've never seen what I talk about him. How do you justify that he's never also performed anyway with Uncle Waffles on that song? I always say that I think as the regular people tend to forget that celebrities don't stop being human beings just because they are now famous celebrities. Yeah. I get that they are now things they have to do, smile at everyone and greet everyone, but I feel like it should be okay if there's a time in their day where they don't want to do that without them being crucified.
I think that if you're an artist, right, you have chosen this life, and before you do it, you know what it is going to bring. Bro, if you become an artist, know that your private is going to be invaded. You are no longer in charge of your... Everyone is going to be in your life, your relationships, your children, your wife, your
we
family,
know all
everything.
of that.
What's happening around the world? Ashwagandha. Where do we get what is red in the shell? Ashwagandha. From Cape to Cairo, we got the news and the info we tell. Every minute, any second. Stay tuned, stay prepared. Ashwagandha, ashwagandha. What's new, brand new, give me hope. Ashwagandha, ashwagandha. With the updates, that's how we roll.
We're back with another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I feel like it has been long. It has been long since we actually skipped. We skipped.
Been long.
But no one came to my DMs to tell me that, guys, we miss you. Oh man, I was supported. What's going on?
Because you're still irrelevant.
You think so?
No, I know so.
Yeah, shots fired.
That was supposed to be funny though.
Nah, it wasn't. Anyway, it's your boy Skip, Gigi on my side. I'll be behind the camera. Yes. We're back with another episode, guys. So a lot has been happening in the country, not in this country, actually in the world. So many things have been going on,
witnessing history after history.
Exchanging of tariffs and everything. It's just been hectic recently. Anyway, let's talk about them. So it has been.
I like it straight to the point, my guy.
Yeah. So apparently, our country just got.
Apparently.
Should I say apparently? What should I say?
Allegedly.
I think continue your statement, and then people who are watching and not go under. Yeah.
When is our Independence
Allegedly.
Day? When is our Independence Day?
On the 18th.
Yeah, so on the 18th of April it was our Independence Day, and we were not there to celebrate it with the others. How do you feel about that?
No, let me ask you first why you were saying allegedly. Do you think...
I didn't say, I said apparently.
Apparently. Do you think we didn't actually have independence?
No, we actually, that was a slip of the tongue, sorry.
No, I thought you were taking what's called a jab at Sim, because I feel the same. I feel that way. So I thought you were on the same level as me. That do we really have independence?
We don't.
Okay.
That's why. So I thought that's where you were going with it. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Yeah. Because me, that's how
So
I
do
feel.
So are you saying we actually do have independence?
Do
What are you
feel
saying?
like you have been there? What are you doing here? Why are you
I
not
mean,
in your country?
I haven't been there, so I don't know what's
No,
going
I
on
mean
there.
in general. Why did you come here? Why are you not in your country?
Yeah, but things are not well. Things are not well in our country.
Yeah, like
We're to run for our lives.
you find yourself, you can't even be civil and stay in your country, have a nice life in your own country. You have to come out here and beg to stay in these white people's countries. That says a lot.
So we're actually not independent. That's what you're saying.
I just feel like the independence that we celebrate, there's nothing really to celebrate.
Right.
Like,
It's just independence
it's
on
been
paper.
45 years of I don't know,
Of
nothing
just,
really.
yeah.
Like, what does independence even mean if we are like still where we are right
Oh,
now?
you guys were given independence in 1980, right?
1980, yeah, that's when we got our country.
You guys are still baby.
But yeah, we are happy that we have independence. It's always an excuse though for Zims to just have fun, drink alcohol. I think Zimbabweans always like look for an excuse to drink alcohol and have fun. But then this independence was on the same day as Easter. Like,
Oh yeah,
right?
Easter, yeah.
Yeah, so it was giving clashing events. Like usually on Independence, people would drink, party and stuff. But
Also
then
now it will be difficult
now
for you
most
to drink.
most people probably went to church or something.
I don't think that people who actually drink gave a fuck about Easter.
They do, because everyone who drinks, right? I guarantee you on Sunday they go to church and they.
But it doesn't stop them from drinking on Sunday though.
But you be at church like on Easter, right? On Easter you go to church, on Friday you go on Saturday, and you go on Sunday. So even if you wanted to drink, on my Easter conference, my Easter conference, they go and they sleep there, like there's church the whole day, stuff like that.
What have you been doing for Easter though?
Or not, I haven't been doing anything, just praying
Like,
and
what is
thanking
Easter,
thanking Jesus for dying for my
Let's
sins.
get to your non-Christian friend. What is Easter?
Yeah,
What
so
do you
for
do on
our Muslim friends or anyone who's not Christian, basically Easter is the core foundation of what Christianity is, I would say, because Jesus came on earth, right? And his sole purpose was to then die on the cross. And him dying on the cross meant that he was like the ultimate sacrifice, like he was dying for all of our sins. So now, even if we sin or whatever, we can be forgiven because it's like Jesus paid the price already. So now, if we do something and we want forgiveness, all we have to do is kneel down and pray and ask for forgiveness and hope to, be better, whatever. But like, we are already forgiven. So Easter is when Jesus was actually crucified on the cross and they beat him and whatever, and he died.
So that's Friday or today?
That's on Friday.
Yeah.
That's when he was literally
Crucified.
killed on the.
That was crucified
Then on
on Friday?
On Friday, man.
Saturday is the dark day where everything just.
I'm sure the people who were beating him were also drunk on that day. It was Friday, man.
So today is the day.
And then
you're supposed
Saturday is the dark day, like he was just
In the
his tomb, he
tomb.
was dead.
Yeah.
Literally, there was darkness. Do you know that?
Really?
Yeah.
So
For the whole day. What do you mean?
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Are you going to see darkness?
No, it doesn't happen, but that's what happened at the time.
So are you saying the sun didn't come out on that day?
Yes. I don't know if it was the whole day, but there's a time where everything just went dark.
There was an eclipse. It was an
I don't know about it, but that's what happened. It was just the point of the story is that like on Saturday, it's just the day when he was dead. It seemed like all hope was lost. The haters had won. They'd killed him. They'd done the deed. He was
And
dead.
then on Sunday, man, them was like, I'm not done.
Yeah, and then tomorrow is when we now celebrate that he is
Resurrected.
Wait. So he was crucified on Friday, and he was dead on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then he resurrected on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what do you do on the Sunday?
We celebrate
Celebrating
that he rose
resurrection.
from the dead. Yeah.
So like, when did he die after the crucifixion? Did he die again?
No, he ascended to heaven.
Just like Elijah.
Wait. Really?
Yeah.
So that's what you guys actually believe.
Yes.
You
That's
know,
what happened.
the funny thing is, I've actually had a lot of debates about what Christians believe and what happened during the crucifixions and whatnot. But I've never known that you guys believe that he resurrected a day after, and then I don't know how many weeks or years.
Yeah,
after,
I'm not sure
he
about the
ascended up.
timeline, but he stayed and then he. So why I was saying Easter is the foundation of Christianity, because after when he rose up, essentially that's like the biggest miracle, in that could ever happen. So after that, now he was setting up churches and making sure he leaves everything good and whatever. I don't know what the time period of that
But
was.
he did set up churches himself.
Not literally, but like just setting up his disciples to be fine when he leaves and all of that. And then after a
Before he
certain
ascended,
period, after a certain
Concluding
before he
his
ascended.
message.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
I'm actually asking. I
We
didn't know.
actually also believe that he ascended into heaven. But what we don't believe is that he was the one that was actually crucified. We believe that it was someone else that was crucified on his behalf.
No.
And then it
No.
was made to the people to perceive it as if it was him that was.
Also, you're saying someone died and then no one actually resurrected. He
No,
was
actually,
alive the
yeah,
whole time.
Yeah, he was alive.
No,
No,
but
that's
then if we were to believe that, then the basis of Christianity itself would crumble because no.
So our miracle here was basically God deceiving everyone else and putting Jesus' face on a random man.
No, it
That
was
you
not
know,
a
the
deception.
people- No,
He's
that
been
was-
saying that Jesus
No,
is me, I am Jesus. Like, it was not a deception.
Okay.
People chose not to believe that Jesus is the Son of God, but he was the Son of God. He had been saying he's the Son of God from the very beginning. It was people at the time who could not understand or rather want to believe that that's how it is.
But he never said he was a god, right? Explicitly.
No, he would refer to his father, God, the one who's actually in heaven, because that was not the reason why when he came here, he was meant to be human like everyone else.
Just like
It was it's like an
messenger.
embodiment of God, but one that we can all relate to, and one that's what being a Christian is essentially. Like, we're meant to live our lives as Jesus did. He was like, he came down as an example to what we are meant to live like. And then he then died for all of us, for all our sins, and the debt was paid.
Anyway, back to independence. So we turned 45 years now. Zimbabwe is now 45 years. Yeah. So still in Zimbabwe, guys, we have this controversial artist called by the name Holy 10. He's a big artist in Zimbabwe. He sings hip hop.
He died and
He actually,
resurrected.
we're talking about Holy 10 now. Yeah, we left the issue about Easter. So Holy 10 went to Blink 4's album launch. Did you see the video?
Yeah, I did.
And then he received so many cans from the fans.
Why did they do that to him?
I don't know, to be honest.
You don't know?
Actually, he was in Chitungwiza, and Chitown is for votes JT. Do you understand? So the votes JT's fans obviously hate Holy 10. So I genuinely think those are the people who were throwing those cans to Holy 10. That's how
So
it happened,
they hate
I
him.
think. Yeah.
And his music and everything.
But what's funny is now Holy 10 apparently he has been, I have to leave this word apparently. He has been taking these live videos, these funny live videos. I'm sure you have seen some. Yeah, talking about shit. And then after he received the cans from the album launch, he also went on live on Instagram explaining the whole situation and everything. So what do you think about it?
I mean, honestly, I'm tired of talking about it in the amount of times we've talked about.
We have talked about them.
Either he's genuinely mentally ill or he just likes attention, and
Or it's just
the
a
best way,
publicity stunt, right?
I don't think it's a publicity stunt at this point. Like, he genuinely just likes the attention of people, like talking about him, and like being the big news. So I think he always finds something outstanding to do, like all the time. Because surely that can't be genuine character. I mean, if it is, then
But that actually makes him big because bad publicity is also good publicity.
I mean, but now
Always
look, when
gets
he
the
goes for
numbers.
shows, people are throwing cans at him. I don't know if the picture I saw, I saw a picture of some other concert where there were no people,
Okay, that's when he also
and that's not
had
even
his own
into
album
visa or
launch.
anything.
Yeah,
Do you like? Is at this point, I
it's
don't
not the
think.
open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he knows that. Like, after a certain, there's like hate where people just don't like you, but we're still fucking with you type. And then there's a point where it's like you're overdoing it, and people now genuinely. I think that's the point is it now, and he still doesn't care. So I think he just likes the attention,
Yeah.
not necessarily that bad club. I used to think that, but I don't think
Because
so
at
anymore.
his own album launch, I was expecting to see so many people, but it was just like 100.
Yeah, so
100
that's the
people.
picture. I didn't know what that was because I can't be bothered to know what really.
To even
But
see.
you know what? Those live videos he's doing, some of them are genuinely funny.
Yeah.
So
He should stop doing
play.
music and actually start making skits. Because
it seems like that's what he wants to do now.
Yeah, you will actually make it from
I
that
know
perspective.
Holitin.
Yeah. So going on to the tariffs, I've been waiting for this topic. I think I've mentioned it when we started this podcast. So I wanted to
Before
say
we
apparently
started,
what?
I think you mentioned it before we started.
No, actually on the introduction. When I was actually, yeah. So I was saying that America and China have been exchanging tariffs like it's nothing recently. And so America, I think Donald Trump has been receiving so much hate from the citizens of America because now China is now revealing so many things that we didn't know, and that's making Donald Trump unpopular in some way.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't really understand, obviously, the economics of it all, but I just know there's some tariff war, like Donald Trump did this, China did something.
yeah.
But I think the most interesting part of it for me was like China now coming out and talking about like how even the big brands
The big
of
brands.
clothes, it's all fake, it all comes from them.
From
and
the yeah.
just-
But actually, I knew it. To be honest, I
mean,
knew it.
I know like everything is made in China, but like the general consensus was like things made in China are fake. So I genuinely thought these
There's things that
the
last
designer
more.
ones are made, I don't know, anywhere else but China. But so
Yeah.
Saga, everything is fake.
Okay, I think
So-
there are good things that come from China. To be honest,
Well, see, the thing
Just-
is, yeah. Okay, what you need to understand with tariffs is a lot of people actually, I think the way people perceive it, the way people think it works, that's not how it works actually. Because, for example, if you place a tariff on China, for example, like what's going on with US and China, the goods that this country is exporting into your country, so the goods you are importing from that country, the people that buy this good, which means, and these people, and I mean these people by your citizens, for example, the Americans are the ones who are going to go to the custom and then clear the goods, and then they pay the tariff there. You understand? And then when they now distribute the goods into the market, at the common
Much
market,
expensive.
the price are going to hike.
So the citizens are the ones who suffer.
So the citizens
essentially.
are the ones who's going to suffer. But Donald Trump's calculation here is that if he imposes enough tariff on China because their trade volume is very
High.
big, it's very high, the industries and the companies that are in China that are producing those goods, that they import into America would now bring their import their companies back into America, and then their factories and everything there, and then do the production and then the distribution, so they won't have to pay the tariff. But the problem here is that it's imposing big tariffs very fast. Do you
Bro.
understand? There's not enough time for the companies to adjust, because you have to wait for the company to build. They have to build the factories. Do you understand? They have to hire workers. Do you understand? They have to cover the legal issues, whatever, before it starts running and actually. So there's not enough time, because let me check.
Because these TikTokers were now coming out saying that all the things that you're buying, those LV bags, they actually come from us.
Like almost everything that America consumes actually comes
from China, yeah.
Almost every single thing.
Mm.
You see, during Donald Trump's campaign, one of his campaign's motto is he's talked about tariffs all the time, and then people were printing shirts, and caps, MAGA, make America again. But those fabrics, those caps, and those
They were made
shirts
in China.
actually made in China. I mean, they were designed in America. So this year, in February 1st, that's a few days after he assumed the office, he imposed 10% tariffs on all imports and imported goods from China. And then on March the 3rd, he increased the tariffs by another 10%, making it 20% levy on Chinese goods. And then China responds with another tariff. And then
Giving war.
Yeah, April 2nd, in the Liberation Day, as quote unquote, Trump raised tariffs on Chinese imports by 34%, bringing the total to 54%. 3 months. And then another 34%. And then in April 9th, I think, with the increment of the 34%, it escalated all in all up to 145% tariffs on all Chinese goods. And then China has also retaliated. So now the margin level is not the tariffs on China are 145, and the tariffs on United States from China are 125.
But what do you think, which country do you think is going to suffer more between USA and China from this?
Well, the thing is, the United States of America consumes more than
right?
Produce.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? And even though the United States of America is one of China's biggest markets, but it's not the only option. For example, almost everything you see in Africa is made in China or made in India.
Yeah.
If you look at the trade volume that China has with Africa and with the European countries, and then you compare it with the one with America, it's like the difference is big. So even if they lose the American market, it's gonna hit them. They're gonna feel it, but it's not gonna do much damage. But for America, because they import almost everything from China, and they haven't given their companies enough time, or the Chinese companies enough time to build factories in America, to be hard for Americans or the American country to adjust to the reality. So the people are going to suffer before things.
But bro,
it's going to take decades.
Bro, this madness has to stop, because now they're affecting my businesses. They're affecting my businesses. I've lost so much money from these terrorist fights.
Well, how much money did you lose?
Close to 1.5.
On what goods?
What goods? No, that's personal. I cannot share it right now. But I lost $1,500 from all this. Yeah, you guys might laugh, but it's actually so much money.
Really?
Do you have $1,500 now? Show me $1,500.
I don't have.
You see, so it's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
You
for
see
me.
what I'm saying?
If you compare it to a country fight, it's really nothing.
Guys, still in America, right? So there are these rich women who went to space recently. I mean, one of them was Jeff Bezos' wife. I don't know the other women. Fiance. I don't know the other women who.
The other one was Katy Perry. The other two are actual astronauts.
Damn,
and
she got the names.
Other one is a celebrity. I think she's a movie production person or something like that. I forgot.
Okay, so my question is, do you actually believe that they went there? Because
I
that's
think
the
they
biggest
went.
question.
I don't know.
You think they went?
For me, that's besides the way that they went or not. I don't care. It's just the whole thing was cringy as fuck. Like, no man. Did any of you see the interviews after, like when they came back?
I know I didn't. I don't have time.
Bro, the only thing that I saw is like, you know, how they opened the door of the vessel that they used. It's called a capsule.
Yeah.
Right? So it's actually supposed to be open from the outside because of the pressure. I don't know the physics around it, but it's supposed to be open from the outside. But it seems like it was open from the inside, like when the video starts, right? So it's now, that's what people are now asking, how did it happen?
But see, thing is like, I also personally don't know the aerodynamics of these capsules and shit.
Yeah.
But see, like things are advancing. Maybe in the 1960s or maybe in the early 2000s or the late 2010s, maybe it has to be open from outside, from an outside force, so that you wouldn't trigger it from the inside. But then now things might be advanced that you are able to open both ways.
Guys,
genuinely don't care whether they went.
Let's look at it.
It's just like, what was the purpose of it? Like, what was even the point? You know, those women came back now calling themselves astronauts. All the other ones were not astronauts.
Yeah.
Like, I remember the other one who I said is, I forgot, but she's a celebrity. She was giving an interview and then she's like, you know, as astronauts, and then she said something like, oh, I don't want to use that word, but I'm like,
what are you saying?
You know, I'm all for like feminism and women doing things, but if they really wanted to do something for women or whatever, I think they would have. I know for a fact there should be more than 5 women astronauts working at NASA right now, or even if they are not astronauts, there are 5 scientists or. Because if a celebrity could go, it means anyone was going, right? Like they could have picked genuine people who would have like some impact on the thing. Like they would have a reason to go there and come back. I remember one of the women was saying, if it was a man who was doing this, no one would be saying it was just a ride to space. And I'm like, you know what? Like, you know, this is why, you know, women, sometimes I think we set ourselves back on our own because
the
when men go, it's 2 men who go and they had a reason as to why they were going there or whatever. And then when it was now women, when it was the 10 for us to do, you decided to pick. Katy Perry sings, like, what are you even doing there? Like, you know,
what's the point?
Yeah, like it was a ride to space. If they went to space, it was just a ride.
Just a ride,
I think. Because what are you doing? And then Katy Perry comes back and she starts saying, I feel so connected to love after I went on the.
Did you see the video? They were kissing
the thing is, guys, women have been going into space since 1960s. Our women are
yeah, they are the ones.
Even those ones that got
who stuck in space, there was a woman. No, the point was this one was an all women's thing, I think.
But guys, I have a question. Sorry for cutting you. So you remember this guy, the astronaut was the first person to go to the moon, right? You remember the guy? So
Neil Armstrong,
right? So there are videos where he was actually saying that he didn't go to the moon. Did you see those videos?
Yeah, I don't think it was Neil Armstrong. I think it was one of his companions. I think he said something along the lines of, "It never happened." I think someone asked him a question like, "How was it? Was it 35? Was it 35? Was it scary?" I said something along those lines.
Right.
It would have been scary, but it never happened.
Okay.
So
exactly, that's what's now giving me questions. That did they actually go to the space?
Okay.
So
was it true? If they managed to lie to us about that,
space.
Now I'm questioning it from after I
No,
saw that
think
video.
people are
Now
way
I'm
too
questioning
smart. There's
everything.
too much technology in the world for us
them
not
not
to have
to.
made to space. Maybe if in the beginning it was a lie, for sure by now people have been there. I think
we've been to space.
100%.
Because one thing
We've
that I
been to
know, these
space.
people lie.
No, they lie, of course, but there's like the logic behind it, right? Like technology has advanced like way too
but
much
see,
for people not to
now
have gone.
that technology is the most advanced that it has ever been in our entire existence
Yeah.
as we know it. We cannot go back to the moon. That's where the problem is, and the money is there.
You see what I'm saying? Exactly.
That-
Exactly.
No, I don't know about the moon. I'm just talking about space. Like
Oh,
people
yeah.
are
Why aren't they
going through-
returning there?
Going
Why
to
aren't
space-
they not going?
Going to space is just like traveling to another country. I don't think
Yeah, because
it's
people
that-
also believe you can't go past anything to space. You know that,
No,
like
we
when
have satellites
when
in
when
space.
when this
Yeah, well,
when
yeah.
these women went, people started saying we live in the, I don't know what the word is, but like that
The
apparently
stratosphere.
there is some, no, I forgot. I've never heard of the word before.
Yeah, I know the word.
And
Isn't it the ozone layer?
no,
Wait. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You mean that radiation? Is it the Ben
it starts with an F. I've never heard the word in my life, so
Fuck
that
out.
and I read it once in the comment section of these videos. And then people were saying you can't go through that, like we live in it and no one can go through that, so no one has ever been to space.
Ben Allen belt, like the radiation dies. That's also.
Yeah, maybe
point
that's
that-
the explanation
yeah,
of
that's
the
point
word,
that I
but
actually also wanted to make, because is this radiation that separates our atmosphere to the space itself.
right.
Is how we can travel.
So people claim you can't go
like,
through
the
that.
human body
Okay.
is not wired to be able to.
So
pass
that's
through
why
that
people
amount of
like
radiation.
always have these theories that we've never been.
Exactly. My thing is, why did the astronaut? Why are there even questions that he didn't go to the moon?
Because
So
they
if
are,
he couldn't-
we live for
Because there are a
conspiracies.
lot of
They always be.
inconsistencies in the documentation.
Right, yeah.
of the
I saw this other video when he was asked to touch the Bible and swear that he went to the moon. He couldn't do that.
Ooh,
The guy who went to the moon.
Like we can't get past.
And I'll
that
show you the
radiation
video. I'll
now.
show you the video. I'll find
We
it.
can't get past that radiation now, and you think that we did it like.
so you guys are saying that guy went to the moon once and then no one ever went there
No,
again?
Exactly. Why
that's
not?
what- That's what.
No one ever.
That's what the
No one
problem
ever.
is.
Are you guys sure?
Yeah, it's
If there was one, they could
it
have
was
like,
only those
it could have been a big thing. We would have known
What
about.
if there were like secret missions or whatever that were not disclosed to the rest for whatever reason?
But the thing is, the Americans are too proud not to say it.
Thank you.
Not to
Thank
say
you.
they went.
They
So they are the
Yes.
only ones on this world who can go to the moon.
They are the only ones that actually went to the moon and put a man on the moon, but they're not the only ones that put objects on the moon. India has done that. China has done that.
Right, so do you
Russia.
believe all those people didn't go to the moon too?
No, they were not people. They were just their shuttles, like their aircrafts.
But the shuttle got
Yeah,
to
it
the
was
moon.
only a robot. Yeah, without
But
a
then
pilot
America was the one that had the
that actually
person
put
in
people
that.
on the moon. Exactly. Because no human being would be able to pass that radiation belt
And go
but
to
an
the moon.
object can, a metal can. Do you understand? So a lot of countries they have the whatever spaceships there, but Americans are the only ones that claim that they've
That they
been there.
went.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's where the problem
I
is.
mean, if they went, it should have been just something that's clear. I mean, if something is what it is, it will be clear to see. If there are questions, then it's highly
Do
that
you know
it
this
didn't
song?
happen. I don't know the lyrics.
Yeah, so the reason.
We have people like Elon Musk.
Oh, but
He's actually he's actually thinking about going to Mars, but he hasn't put a single person on the moon. And SpaceX is the leading.
Wait, so
Olga.
people have not been to Mars too?
No one has been there.
but this, Mr. Oga. I have been asking for this song. Like, do you guys know the song?
But
I was singing.
You were singing the song.
Yeah.
Who sang the song?
Uncle Waf was in.
Exactly. Uncle.
So we were singing and
No,
then
like,
Mr.
you can't
Oga-
be.
Yeah, but we were singing.
Yeah. So the reason why I sang that song is because there's been a kerfuffle. I said the word. There's been a kerfuffle between Uncle Waffles and PC, right? So PC recorded this live. I don't know which application or which platform it was live on, talking about how these people are taking people are. He didn't say names. He didn't.
They
I'm
did
not telling my
name
sister. He didn't
names.
name names. It was just like people are taking my songs and like performing them around the world, but I'm not getting anything from it. I'm not benefiting from my own music, you know. So I was just complaining about it, and he didn't name names, right? But then the fans actually started saying that this is Uncle Waffles. He was talking about Uncle Waffles. What do you think about this situation? Tell me your thoughts.
Gossip Mill TV.
I need your thoughts.
Yeah, I don't. What can I say? I just know that like someone else has also said the same thing about Uncle
Waffles.
The guy, he's also on the same song. The one you were just.
Oh
singing.
yeah,
The
I
guy
remember
who
that he
actually
sang
sings
this.
that part.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who that guy was, and then there's a time when he comes on TikTok and then he was singing the song, and then people in the comment section started saying like, you sound like the person in that song, is that true? What
And
just
it
he
was
didn't
him.
even have a lot of followers or anything. And then like his caption was like Pov, you sang this song and no one knows type thing. And then I was thinking to myself like, yeah, because when I think of that song, I just think that it's Uncle Waffles' song. But I've always asked the question like, what does Uncle Waffles actually do? Because I know she doesn't sing on these songs, right?
Right.
But like
Does
they
she
are her
produce? What
songs,
does
and
she
then
produce?
she's the one who performs them, and she doesn't have anyone singing. Like the actual people who sing are never there. I've always wondered why it's like that.
What does she do though? She doesn't. Does she produce?
I know, I have no idea. I still don't know. I think
Yeah,
she
I've seen
produces.
someone saying that she produces.
I mean,
but don't
surely
know.
she does something if it's her song, right?
Or maybe they just put her on the song because to make it viral. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe she's just the face.
They just make her the face so that it gets more likes,
Enough
more
to
views.
push everyone else like off.
Or maybe she makes the beat.
Yeah, she has to like have a big impact enough for her to be allowed to perform the songs without the people like all the time.
It's like DJ Khaled.
I've never seen her performing.
But we know that he produces the songs though.
Like maybe we are the ones who just don't know.
Don't know,
we
yeah.
can't say she doesn't produce. We don't have the facts.
Yeah.
I think she definitely does.
But my thing is, where do these artists find the entitlement to start complaining? Like if someone is making, just go and also do your thing. Why do you have to be under Waffles? Why do you have to be under Waffles? Just
but if
go and
you
do
are
your
a
thing.
singer and you don't produce, and then like you partner up with the person who's big, and you know if they produce the song, it's gonna be. Wouldn't you go for that? Like if you're trying to like be something with your character.
She's the closest thing to a big record label.
Yeah, so like wouldn't you?
But I
also
mean, people
go
are
there?
also claiming that Uncle Waffles has done so much for that guy. Like there was this performance that they did in the UK, and she invited PT there in the UK. Like she's doing things for, they call it the culture, for the culture, you know. So I don't know why he's complaining.
Yeah,
but anyway, PT
don't
didn't
know.
say Uncle Waffles, and he's still standing on his word. Like there's this voice note that leaked of them having a conversation on a call, and then they confronted each other. They cleared the air out.
Maybe
that
he didn't mean
didn't mean Uncle Waffles.
For me, this is why I'm not even talking about PC anymore, because I think PC is not a disgruntled victim in this, because he's big. I think he's big enough. He performs. I've seen him performing
his
before, like
performances
my
are
own tours with him and Justin.
Oh, they're on tour.
My own tour.
Where, baby? Tell them where.
In Australia.
Oh my days! They don't know. Tell them again.
I'm international.
Okay, we'll see you.
But my point is, but me, I'm saying that why I have like side eye, or like why I'm questioning, or like why I think maybe if PC was talking about Uncle Waffles, I would want to hear him out, is because of this other guy that I don't even know his name to today.
But it was a big part of the song.
I've never seen what I talk about him. How do you justify that he's never like also performed anyway with Uncle Waffles on that song? Like, what a lot did she do for him if she's out here doing a lot for people?
Why don't you say the same thing about, let's say, Pori?
Because there are times where you will see Scott's there performing, you will see Lim Crazy, you will see them perform, or in their music videos they're together. Have you seen the video of the song with Uncle Waffles? No one is there. That guy is not there. Even in the music video, is not there. He's like just on the song, on the name, and like nowhere else. Like Maporisa, the people who sing on his songs, people, you don't have to guess who they are. And like if there's a song with Maporisa, everyone who's on that, you see them. Or maybe if it's just a DJ set, obviously there's no reason for anyone to perform. But like there are shows that exist whereby the guys will be singing. Or Kabza, we all know Young Stana sings. Nkosana Dota, we've seen them singing. Amy, like all the musicians who sing with these producers, like we see them actually singing. They're in the videos. They're in the. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Uncle Waffles' songs, they just have her even in the video. It's like she's the one who sang, produced, and did everything. Like where's everyone else? Like I've always been confused.
So are you saying she's
that.
selfish?
No.
See,
that's why I'm using the word confused, because I don't really know. Yeah, no, do not.
No, I'm joking.
You will not catch me.
I'm joking.
My point. Probably there's also like a whole deal. Like maybe if you're doing it with Uncle Waffles, you're just on the song. And that's all you get, and she does everything, and that's what you signed up for, and that's fine. That's why me, I keep using the word I'm confused about. Like I don't know, and that could be the case, you know. Like that's what
was the case. She would have said it.
You know,
she could have said it. That's not the case.
Maybe she won't say it because like we also question it, like why would you be that person? Because that's also kind of a selfish thing to do.
Yeah. Right.
Like low key, like why wouldn't you want to just share the video? Like
if they made it maybe a shady deal, like something that he wasn't, something that eventually ripped him off, it's his fault. You understand? If you're signing a contract with someone, okay, I'm not going to get royalties whenever you perform. What's my percentage? What's my equity on that? These are the things that you have to iron out first before you sign it.
Right. I think these people sign up for things and then later on start like regretting everything. Exactly. Like it looks bad, and then we always jump to like defend people and stuff. But like I think for it to go this far in the first place, they have to be like,
okay, let me tell you what, I think people are just being jealous, you know, of Uncle Waffles with what she's doing. I think people are just being jealous because of the numbers that she's pulling and the things that she's just achieving as an artist, you know.
You think so?
I mean, there are bigger people to be jealous of, and no one is saying stuff like that.
I think Uncle Waffles is international.
No one says that about Anaka.
How many artists? They are not international. Those guys are not international.
People like.
Can you say that they're international? No, look at the places where Uncle Waffles has performed. We've never seen Kelvin Momo in those areas.
Do you follow where Kelvin Momo?
No, I don't. But
I don't either. So we can't
I also don't follow Uncle Waffles, but I know because of the things that she does. She's just on
TikTok and stuff. Like people have things that they hype up, right? But it doesn't mean that like other people who are not big on, like who are not always on TikTok are not.
Because the other reason why people pointed, you know, the other reason why people pointed fingers at Uncle Waffles, because like PC was like there are artists that are going international with my name.
Yeah, but PC is not like you have to check about like Vanwari International that PC is associated with. It's not associated with all of them. We can. There's so many people who are international. I think.
Yeah, you're right.
Definitely.
But Uncle Waffles, shout out to you, go girl, and also you, Mr. PC, go move. we move, my brother. Anyway. As we are still speaking about music, right? The GOAT, Kanye West, the billionaire, the man, the myth. I don't know, this song has not been released yet, right? there's just a snippet that I don't know, maybe it leaked or he leaked it or
Is it
someone else
real?
leaked it.
It's not AI generated.
Damn.
What you're about to tell us.
The world is now crazy, man.
Yeah, the world
you
is crazy. All these snippets,
maybe
right?
it's not even him, right? But then the song was like talk. I don't want to sing the exact lyrics, but it was like supporting Hitler. You get what I mean?
Hitler.
Yeah, Hitler. Yeah, those were the exact
Yeah,
words.
but you know,
I mean, with Kanye West, it actually makes sense.
he can't be that outrageous,
Right?
you know.
Yeah.
And he really seems to have a very big problem with the Jews.
With the Jews.
Yeah, I was
That's why it's easy
like
to
when
believe.
you
That's
told
why
me
it's
about it, I was like, did you not know Kanye has a problem with the Jews?
Yeah, you actually
there's this
said it.
one video where I was complaining about like doctors did something to him, or something. Then he goes like, I won't say which type of doctor. He was a Jew.
He was a Jew.
I love Kanye. I'm sorry. I don't know if
That
I'm
guy's
toxic,
crazy,
but I
man.
love Kanye
That guy's
so much.
Have you ever listened to what
I
he's saying?
genuinely love Kanye.
Bro.
Like I do see.
Like
No
I
filter
want to have a
whatsoever.
Kanye mindset. You will go far in life, I think, and that's why he's so far in life. You must not, guys.
You have to have that
give a fuck
mindset and
about
get
what
rich
you
at the
think.
same time. Because if you have that mindset and you're poor, you will die.
No,
You will die.
you will not. That's how you make it
You'll be
out.
killed.
Yeah, like you really just don't give a fuck. You just
Yeah, that's how you make it. Because giving a fuck too much will restrain you. It will limit
From your
you.
ability.
There are always
It will limit your ability.
things you stop yourself from doing. You always stop and think,
Because we give a fuck.
maybe
Yeah.
not. Yeah. Oh, how about this? How would this look? If you
Exactly.
genuinely just like you know where you're going and you're going there regardless, you don't know care where you're stepping on. You don't care what you say to who. I promise you, you
Fuck
get
everything
there.
else.
Kanye mindset is the one.
Yeah, but guys, Kanye has a real problem with the paparazzi. All the videos that I watch is
Yeah,
Kanye
but-
fighting the
The
paparazzi.
paparazzi are annoying us.
I think I'll
Bro,
genuinely
they'll
be
be in
annoyed
your
with the
business like
paparazzi as well.
anyway, everywhere.
Like, because they make it a crime for these celebrities to be making money and making it in the world.
Did you
Like, it's
see
not
this-
their fault. They're just rich and they've money
Right.
alone. Like, why must they not have lives now?
Lives,
They
right?
have privacy, like they follow you around.
It's
Did you see this video where he ended up hurting himself?
No.
Like he was now going to confront this paparazzi guy and they ended up hitting his forehead on this post. It's crazy, man. It is
that's
reminding me
typical
about
guy,
like
yeah.
what Scott Mapuma. Did you see the video of Scott Mapuma? No, it was not a video. He posted on his Instagram story.
But it was
That
after a
guy.
video. There's a video
Yeah.
where, like, this girl hugged him out of nowhere.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah, I saw that
tied,
video.
like out of no, he's minding his own business. She was about to leave the stage, and then she comes and then
And then he was
takes
like-
her off. No, he literally took her off because she was
Move,
and she.
move.
And then people were like, he has an attitude and whatever.
Yeah.
I will like. I will always say that, like, I think as the regular people tend to forget that celebrities don't stop being human beings just because
They're
they are
now
now
famous.
celebrities.
Yeah.
I get that they are like now things they have to do, like smile at everyone and greet everyone. But I feel like it should be okay if there's a time in their day where they don't want to do that
To do
without them
that.
being crucified. How can you imagine, like, just because I'm good at singing and I'm now making money, now random
I can't
people
have
have to
privacy.
come and hold my waist everywhere I go, and like I can't react, and yet now I can't. Right now, if someone were to come and hug me like this, I'll probably throw a punch. And then now because I have money and fame, all of a sudden
I can't
my
do
attitude
anything.
or the way my body reacts should just automatically change. I don't know. I'll always be on the side of that.
But what I have to say about this, I think that if you're an artist, right, you have chosen this life, and you before you do it, you know what it is going to bring with it, right?
Not for everyone.
It doesn't.
It
even-
is forever.
Like, I'm
Like-
good. It's like imagine if whatever job you're going to do that's going to make you money, and you that equals everyone physically touching you whenever. And that's okay because that's your job. And it shouldn't have to be like it's their job. Like, it's not their fault. They are good at doing something and they think they are doing is making
Bro,
money.
if you become an artist,
Hold
right,
on.
know that your privacy is going
Yeah.
to be invaded
Yeah,
You are no longer in charge of your. Everyone is going to be in your life, your relationships, your children, your wife.
No,
your
we know
family,
all of
everything.
that,
Yeah.
but they're
The
like
point is
things that like you should be able
should be
to
allowed
have
to
to
be
yourself.
human.
You should be able to be a human being and have your body to yourself. Like
So
there,
then don't be an artist then.
No, you
because
can't
that's
say
what
that.
comes with being an artist.
Yeah.
no,
that's
there are
the
things.
problem.
There are things
Oh
like
my
I get,
Well, you
I
shouldn't.
get, I get the thing of like we are now in your business. Like obviously, we now know about your relationships. Things are on the internet,
And we are going
but
to talk
something as
about-
independent as your body. You're
maybe-
telling me you can't have control over your own body because you're good at singing and you're making billions.
Yeah.
You think that's fair?
It's not fair, but that's what's
But
on
it's,
the ground.
that's what people
happens.
need to learn human rights. Like it's someone's body, right? You should be able to give them warning about you touching them. You a regular person, you don't want any, even Snamari, you don't want anyone coming and just grabbing you. So what makes you think that someone who has money wants you to just come and grab them? Like just be a human being and
Yeah.
think.
I think you're actually even going too far. Because you see, me for example, yeah, I would genuinely want to walk an entire street without having to say hello to a single person. Imagine if you're
And
a
you should-
celebrity
yeah.
in Zim and you go out and the street is literally crowded because every single person that sees you on the streets wants to talk to you and take a selfie for you. And for each and every person is their first experience with you. And that might be the only one that they would have with you. But for you, that this is probably like the 10th person that you just met
No,
on this same
let me
street.
give
How
you an
tiring would
example.
that be?
Let me
How
give
many-
you.
how
Let
many
me give you.
examples
No,
have you
let me
given?
give you another example of a celebrity. Now you were saying don't be an artist, then or something.
Yeah.
How about someone like like Elon Musk?
Okay.
He's a scientist. That's what he does. He just happened to be really good at it and he made money.
He's not an
But
artist,
if he
he's not a
walks,
singer.
he walks in the street, people are gonna do shit.
He's
like
not
that.
an
Like,
artist, he's
yeah.
not a
So
singer.
how
I'm
so
talking
what
about
was he supposed?
singing.
No, but it's the same
What's singing?
concept.
No.
He's a celebrity, and
no.
people would probably
It's
not
different.
trust.
What you're
so you're
doing is
saying Elon
people-
Musk can walk on the road without anyone like saying anything to him and like
It's
wanting
fame.
What
right?
you, what
We're
you,
talking about
no, fame differs, bro. It depends with what you're bringing to the people. If you're in the musical industry, right, it's different how people are going to react to
So
you.
because
So
you're all
you're
about
saying Elon
entertainment.
Musk can freely walk on the street and no one will do it, no one will try to talk to him, want to say,
No, you
"I
cannot.
want
But if he
autographs, want
reacts,
to be touched
if
or
he
whatever."
reacts anyway, right, it won't be a problem. But with the musician, we will have things to say about it.
Audience, there's someone in the audience who actually.
I understand what he's saying.
Dog.
It's a difference when you're an artist. For an example, that Elon Musk example. Elon Musk has been a billionaire for years. And then if I ask anyone of us in this room, when did you start knowing him? It's when he put himself out there from Tesla and everything. So it's a difference. There are people that are wealthy, there are people that are rich without them being known. Then there are people who are artists. If you're an artist, you have to be out there. For an example, like Holly 10. He puts himself out there for the publicity so that it boosts his music.
His numbers, his money, that's where the money comes from.
So I understand where he's coming from.
Yeah.
You're an artist, you have to deal with it. There's an example.
Period.
There's
Okay, yeah. If
Period.
you chose it,
Yeah.
if you are for the entertainment, then you should be entertaining at every single level.
Every single level. That's what you signed for. That's what you signed up for.
Me
And
personally,
listen
I-
to me,
That's
listen,
the
guys.
problem with the world. because
Exactly.
I know personally, even if I see an artist and I really like them, whatever, I'll still have the human decency of not like grabbing them or something just because they have money. Like, why can't people
No,
just
guys,
be
I think
human
you're
beings?
misunderstanding me. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but it's what happens.
I know
That's
it's
what
why I'm
happens.
not disagreeing.
Yeah,
with that
I'm
what happened.
actually agreeing
My
with what
point
you're
was
saying,
only
like, we
like
should
I'm just
respect
putting
artists.
it out there that like it's not okay. Like, and then you know what?
We should actually, I think we should, what Gig is saying, we should respect artists, guys.
Or like
Every
even
time.
if it then happens, I don't get why they get backlash for reacting that way. Like
they should be allowed to be human.
why are they not?
That's
That's
just
my point.
Yeah,
like,
I agree with you.
because
but
it
that
will happen.
happen,
One
Yeah.
thing that is that it will happen for sure. Like there will be that one really crazy chick who want to touch, and they have to deal with it. And I get it, but like, why can't we also get that maybe at the time he doesn't want to be touched, and why does he have to be crucified?
And also at the end of the day, guys, it's all just love. The people just love the artists. You see how people run on the stages, right? It's just like love. It messes up with your mind. Now you want to touch the artist.
I mean, just
don't
like-
blame the
just like
fans. They
finding-
love you. They genuinely love
It's like finding someone that loves you.
Exactly,
but
you know what I
loves
mean?
You the way she shows love, not the way you want to be loved.
you. Yeah, I get you.
Oh, it's their cross to bear, Sha.
Anyway, guys, I have a juicy topic today. I have a juicy one. What? A juicy one. Okay, so guys, I want us to. I want to hear your thoughts about incest. Incesto. Give me your thoughts about incest.
I personally
What's
want
that?
to know why you are. Where did you come up with this topic?
How did I
do
come
you
up
want
with
to
this
talk
topic?
about
Because I actually find it absurd. Right?
Right? Tell us your story.
No, I don't have
Like,
a story.
surely.
I didn't even know that the term existed, bro.
And how
Like, I
did
just
they
recently-
find out that?
Okay, so I was
Now.
watching. What happened really? Okay, so I was watching this show with the love of my life, right? And then, so there was this girl who had an ex, right? Right, and then the ex was still in the girl's life. I don't know if I'm saying it correct.
Okay.
So the girl was still in the boy's life, right? And then I was like, but this is crazy. They shouldn't be together. They shouldn't be even talking, right? Because anytime they could go back together, right? And then I was also like, I'm not surprised, right? Because these white people, right? They also like marry in the family, like relatives, stuff like that.
White
You know what I
and
mean?
Arabs.
White people, I mean Europeans, the
Do
Caucasians.
Arabs do it too?
No,
I don't know about Arabs.
No, I think
Do they do it?
Arabs are the ones that actually marry family, but not direct siblings. They marry cousins. But white people don't.
It's the same, it's the same thing. So now I want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, me,
About
I because the way family structure is, I'll speak. I don't know. I want to say Africa as a whole, but I'll speak as a Zimbabwean. Like
Yeah, we
your
don't know what they do
cousin,
in Kenya or
your mom's sister's child is literally your sibling.
No.
Or no, that's why I said
That's what you
in
said,
Zimbabwe.
yeah, I know.
That's how like close knit family. That's what it means to us. Your dad's brother's kids are also literally your siblings.
Yeah.
Your dad's brother is your dad too. Your mom's sister is your mom too. So for us, like to fathom, you marrying your cousin is as good as marrying
Your
your own
sister.
brother, your own blood brother, or your own blood sister.
Okay, so
So for
thing
me,
is, if
no.
we are going to use that logic, so basically marrying your cousin or being intimate with your cousin is incest, right?
Yeah.
We actually don't believe in that.
in incest.
I could get married to my mom's sister's daughter, my cousin.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
fine.
maybe,
So what-
maybe it's a Zimbabwean thing.
Oh,
Like other countries,
it's
they
about,
actually-
it's about culture. Okay,
It's about
but
culture.
yeah, maybe our cultures.
let me put it this way for you. If in your logic, marrying your cousin means incest to you, then probably your boyfriend that comes from the same tribe as you could also be your cousin. Because how many
yeah. Even for like
how many
for,
lineage, like how many people are you gonna go back to
For-
find out that you and that random stranger that is in the same tribe as you is also your cousin?
yeah.
Like how many generations are you going to go?
Like for us, right? All this family, like even do you know totems? Like, do you know totems?
Do you know Tottenham? Oh. But say your point though.
My point was, you know how they say even you are
If you have a
technically
same
you're not
totem,
even
right?
supposed to marry someone with
Where's
the same totem.
Yeah.
It's like
Totem.
maybe let's say try saying try.
Clan
So,
tribe.
It's an identity that you have, right? That you are given like something physical as a name. You know, like it's kind of
An
a
animal.
surname. Do you get?
Oh,
Isn't it?
you mean like a clannish? Oh,
Yeah, let's say
and then
that.
you're
It's an
given
identity.
And
It's an
yeah,
identity.
so it's and people can be like completely unrelated, but
Have the
if
same totem.
somehow you have the same totem, it means somehow back then they could have been like a way that you
connection.
They're
were
like
connected.
Yeah.
So even
identities
so,
in tribes.
yeah. So we use like in animals to
Even
identify
parts
that.
of
So
my totem.
our culture is even like so against that interconnect to the point where I mean people still do now, and now it's like more, you know, like cultures are now being diluted. So that's not, but like back then, you even marrying someone with the same totem meant like you even had to do, how do I say, check out karma. You even
bring out
had
a
to,
white
yeah,
cow.
you had to do a whole like ceremony. To say that you are cutting family ties, because even having the same totem means that you are somehow like family, and you guys getting married is like kind of taboo. Like that's how deep it is in our country. So for me, even imagine marrying your cousin is like unfathomable.
Yeah, that's why we.
What I personally believe that incest, as you call it, is natural.
No.
How is it natural? What do you mean?
Hold on. Because we all came from one person. If you believe in Abrahamic religions, you understand, we all came from Adam, and his wife came from his ribs or whatever. And then they give birth to 2 children, and then the children.
Oh, you're saying we're all
So when it
related.
comes down to it,
when it
we are all
comes down to
related.
you understand? And you, for example, if you are Shona, for example, take your as a Shona and your boyfriend is also Shona, and how many generations back are you going to go to
Trace if we are from the
trace
same.
if you're definitely from a common, you have a common.
Yeah, but my point is we can't like
It's the same
we can't even trace it back. So at least, you know,
It doesn't have to
like
be
if
close.
I
It
can't,
doesn't have to
like
be
that's
close.
my aunt, and
Yeah,
then my
Yeah,
aunt
yeah.
gave birth to my husband.
How can you
and
feel
then-
good fucking your own cousin, man? What do you say?
See, that's
How
what I'm
do you
telling
feel?
That's what I'm telling you. If you're not gonna tolerate it in the closer level, you shouldn't tolerate it in the further level. I wouldn't want my own blood sister,
Bro.
my sibling and everything. But my cousin, it's not someone that I would necessarily be interested in. You know?
But you do it.
But I could do it because we
Okay,
do it. We
Mr.
perceive
August
it as
Cousins,
normal.
watch out,
so
it's
now,
coming.
so now your aunt is now your mother-in-law. Is it now?
You
Is
see
it
now?
your aunt? Is it
You
your
see now
mother-in-law?
how crazy it is?
Why is she now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now at your marriage ceremony, at your wedding, like you're all relatives.
Or even your kids, they were
all
supposed
know
to
each
be
other.
related on their own, and
And then
now,
bro, it's so
what?
messy. You can't do that.
No, you
It's so
can't.
messy. Nah.
See,
I mean, people do it so.
that's why.
Yeah, they complicate their children's life. It's just, I don't think it's good.
You see, that's why, like,
There are a lot of cultures that
families,
do.
Yeah. Maybe
I
we're
think
too Zimbabwe.
yeah, that's why I was speaking like for ourselves.
Yeah,
why else we could never like imagine it.
I think it's
And
the
I
same thing
think-
for South Africans too, because they are also shocked by incest.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
I know.
But yes. So South Africa.
It's coming from me. I know South Africans don't do that shit.
Don't say it's shit because their cultures will be.
Well, no, I'm not saying it's shit. You know, I'm just used
No,
to
yeah,
using
and we
it.
get that.
Yeah,
You
you
understand?
get- yeah. I'm just used to using that word, even if like it's a good thing. I just say shit. Even if I get money, I'll be like shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's how it is.
That's good.
It is what it is. It is what it is. It's like go to work.
see, honestly, if you see an attractive cousin in your family,
Mr. August Cousins, watch out! He's coming for you. He's gonna marry all of
You guys
you.
wanted by the
Yeah. What Mr. August, you've been saying you want to have like more than 5 wives, right?
no,
If I'm not mistaken.
No.
So all of the cousins, you're gone. All of you, you're
I've
gone.
never said that. You see, that's why.
Wear shades, bro.
That's
Don't
why-
hide what you want.
That's why a lot of Arab families like have generational wealth. You understand?
Wait, so wait, out to us, is it a Nigerian thing or an Arab thing? The marrying your cousins.
Good
thing?
question. Good question.
I don't know the statistic of my own culture and how we perceive incest back before Islam came to us.
Wow.
But I just know that we share that with the Arabs.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know, and I don't know. I honestly don't know about the Yorubas and Igbos from the south also, so I cannot speak on that as well.
Yeah.
But that's how like Arab families keep themselves together.
So you can stay together.
Yeah, when you give birth
Yeah.
to your children get married, you understand, and still stay in the family house, expand your house, and then those children marry the other children, and then the family keeps growing, and your bills are.
But it's a good thing to keep your genes there.
To keep your genes there, and that's how you accumulate a lot of wealth. Like you don't need much resources.
Yeah.
If you are to fragment all this family.
Yeah, and also like trust will be there. It won't change. You always have trust with each other because you're
not bringing any new people.
No new people.
That's what.
Yeah, I get your point.
But
we'll never do it, my brother. We will never do it. It just doesn't cut it for us.
Fragmentation would never solve your solution. It never solve any of your problem. I would personally believe in that kind of family tree, and I would want to be able to.
That's crazy, man. Because from personal experience, I think that relatives are the one who actually would want to see your downfall.
Oh yeah, there's also that about families.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know so many families where their relatives are the ones who actually facilitated their downfalls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see, the problem.
It's actually better to find someone who you don't know.
There's a reason why that is happening, and the reason is because you have not had the good relationship that you're supposed to have as a family
from the beginning.
Yeah, they didn't know you,
and it's difficult to get that,
even though that you probably don't even think about them at all. You never consider them in your life, and it's not because you hate them or you like them. It's just because you have your entire life ahead of you. But then for them, seeing you going out there, being successful, you understand, and hardly even remembering about them, that triggers that animosity and it creates hate. You understand? And they just want to drag you now back to their level so that you always.
But what I know is when white people do it, I don't think that genuine reasoning that you have is
right.
They just be doing shit.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, but you see,
you're right.
This is one of the reasons that also the white race entirely could also like the white race could be in jeopardy. You understand? Because they've already destroyed their family. Their families are fragmented. I don't know a single white person that has a relationship with both his father and his mother or his cousin. Like they don't even know each other.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And once you start having that fragmentation from that level, it goes up. It's from family, it goes to work, it goes to interpersonal relationships with other people. Just like how we live in Europe. Do you even know your neighbor?
I don't.
You see what I'm saying? Like there's no that sense of community.
But another thing that I think why people do incest, right, is like in your family there are attributes that you like, right? And you can only find them in your family. You get what I mean? So that's what I think. Anyway, guys, I want to apologize for I didn't ask you how your week was. Right, how things are going. I think we'll have to we'll have to do it next episode. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend. If you liked what we were talking about, drop a like. If you didn't like, you also have to drop a like. Thank you. Peace out.